Hi, fourth grade. Today we're going to be learning about rules for punctuating ending quotes. Open up your textbook to page 277. We are in Chapter 9, Lesson 3. You're going to look at reference 144, Rules for Punctuating Ending Quotes. You can read that reference on your own if you would like, and then get a piece of paper and a pencil. And I'm going to explain what that reference is saying here on the video, and I would like you to write down these 7 rules for punctuating ending quotes. Okay, so if you stick with these 7 rules, you will be able to punctuate these sentences correctly every time. You've already learned how to punctuate beginning quotes, so this will look very similar to you. It's just that this time the quote comes at the end of the sentence. Okay, step 1 says capitalize the first word, which makes sense because we always capitalize the first word of a sentence. Step 2, underline explanatory words. Put a comma after the explanatory words. Number 4, place quotation marks at the beginning and end of the quotation. Number 5, capitalize the first word of the quote. Number 6, put in your ending punctuation in the sentence, and number 7 is check for any other errors. So we're going to fix this sentence below together using those 7 steps. Step 1 says capitalize the first word. So let's capitalize the U in uncle, because it's the first word of the sentence. I want that to be blue. All right, step 2, underline explanatory words. Uncle George asked. Those are our explanatory words. Step 3, put a comma after the explanatory words. So let's put a comma right here. Step 4, place quotation marks at the beginning and end of the quotation. So here are our quotation marks, and here are our quotation marks. Step 5, capitalize the first word of the quote. Here's the first word of the quote, did, so let's capitalize the D. Step 6, put in your ending punctuation. Let's put in a question mark here because this is obviously a question. Did you learn to speak Spanish in school? Question mark. If you notice, the question mark is inside the quotation marks. Your ending punctuation should be inside the quotation marks. And step 7 is to check for any other errors. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, clearly we need to capitalize George because it's a name. So let's do that. And let's see, we need to capitalize the word Spanish because it is a proper noun. It's a language. So let's capitalize that. And let's see, do we have everything? Uncle George asked, did you learn to speak Spanish in school? Okay, we have everything. And there you go. Just follow those 7 steps and you'll be able to fix any sentence that needs to be corrected if it has an ending quote. Now you are ready to complete Classroom Practice 44. If you want to keep watching the video, I do go over that classroom practice with you. You can just watch any part that you get stuck on, but if you're able to complete it all on your own, then you don't even need to watch the rest of the video. Okay, this is Classroom Practice 44. Exercise 1, classify each sentence. The new principal gave us an interesting schedule. Who gave us an interesting schedule? Principal, subject, noun. What is being said about principal? What did he do? What's the action? Gave. Gave is the verb. Principal gave what? Schedule. Does schedule mean the same as principal? No, it does not. It is receiving the action. It's a noun in the predicate, so it's a direct object. That means that gave is a verb transitive. Principal gave schedule to whom? Us. Us is a noun or a pronoun. It's a pronoun, but it comes in between the verb transitive and the direct object. It is an indirect object. It's answering the question to whom. Number 8, what kind of schedule? Interesting. So that's an adjective. It's describing a noun. An is always an article adjective. What kind of principal? New. It's describing a noun. It's answering what kind, so it's an adjective. The is always an article adjective. The pattern is subject noun, verb transitive, indirect object, direct object, pattern 3. There are no prepositional phrases, but it has a period statement. It's a declarative sentence. So let's write D for the kind of sentence that it is. Let's divide the complete subject from the complete predicate. The complete subject is the new principal. We know that because here's the verb, so everything before the verb usually will be the complete subject. Okay, and we're done with the first sentence. Sentence 2, the policeman on duty handed the man a ticket. Who handed the man a ticket? Policeman. Subject noun. What is being said about policeman? What did he do? Handed. Verb. Policeman handed what? Ticket. Let's verify the noun. We know this is a noun and this is a noun, but are they the same? No, they are not. So it's a direct object. We know that it's receiving the action and it's in the predicate. That means that handed is a verb transitive. Policeman handed ticket to whom? The man. If you're answering to whom, it's going to be an indirect object, and we know it's in between the verb transitive and the direct object. The word a is always an article adjective. The word the is always an article adjective. On is always a preposition. On what? On duty is the object of the preposition. The word the is always an article adjective. The pattern is SNVT. Indirect object, direct object, pattern 3. On duty is a prepositional phrase, so let's put in our parentheses. Period statement, declarative sentence. Let's divide the complete subject from the complete predicate. The policeman on duty is the complete subject, and we know that because here's the verb, handed. So the rest is predicate. Okay, sentence 3. Tell the judge the truth about the accident. Who tell the judge the truth about the accident? You implied. So you is our subject pronoun. What is being said about you? What do you do? Tell. It's kind of hard to fit all of this here. I'll move over you a little bit. All right, so tell is our verb. You tell what? Truth. It's a noun. Let's verify it. Does truth mean the same as you? It does not. It's receiving the action. It's the direct object. Therefore, tell is a verb transitive. You tell the truth to whom? Judge. To whom? That means that it's an indirect object and it comes in between the verb transitive and the direct object. The is always an article adjective. The is always an article adjective. About is always a preposition. About what? Accident. Object of the preposition. The is always an article adjective. The pattern is subject noun, verb transitive. Indirect object, direct object. Pattern 3. Let's put our parentheses around the prepositional phrase. Period, command, imperative sentence. Let's divide the complete subject from the complete predicate. Well, here's the verb, tell. That means we divide it right here. All right, and we're done with that whole section. Let's move on to skills and editing. Exercise 2, use the editing guide to help correct each mistake, underline the explanatory words. All right, well, we just did this in our lesson today, so it should be pretty easy. We want to stick with those 7 rules. Remember that. All right, let's start by capitalizing the first word. And then let's underline our explanatory words. And then let's put a comma after our explanatory words. Let's put quotation marks around our quote. Let's capitalize the first word of the quote. Let's put in our ending punctuation. Did you learn to speak Spanish in school? Question mark. Let's look for any other errors. Uncle Herman, we need to capitalize Herman. Spanish is a proper noun. The sentence should sound very familiar to you because in the lesson video I took the sentence from this workbook page. Okay, let's make sure we have everything right. Uncle Herman asked, did you learn to speak Spanish in school? Yes, and it had 9 mistakes, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have them all. Number 2, Mr. Hudson shouted, Johnny, the horses are out. All right, let's follow our steps. Capitalize the first word. Underline explanatory words. Put in our comma. Put in our quotation marks. Capitalize the first word of the quote. Put in our ending punctuation. This is definitely showing emotion, so we want an exclamation point there. And let's check for any other errors. Mr. Hudson, we need a period here. And then we need to capitalize Hudson. It's a proper noun. Johnny, we already capitalized. we're directly speaking to Johnny, so we have to set off that name with a comma. All right, let's count our mistakes. We should have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have them all. All right, number 3. Mom said we are going to eat at the new Italian restaurant tonight. Follow our steps. Capitalize the first word. Underline the explanatory words. Put a comma after the explanatory words. Put in your quotation marks. Capitalize the first word of the quote. Put in your ending punctuation. You can put a period there because this is just a regular declarative sentence. All right, let's look for any other errors. Italian needs to be capitalized because it's a proper noun. All right, let's see. Mom said we are going to eat at the new Italian restaurant tonight, period, quotation marks. All right, let's count our mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have them all. All right. Okay, now exercise 3, use the editing guide to help correct each mistake, underline the explanatory words. This one has explanatory words at the end, which is fine. We can still follow our steps. All right, let's start by capitalizing the first word of the sentence. Charlie, would you bring in the groceries? Mom asked. Let's underline the explanatory words. Let's put in our quotation marks. Let's put in our ending punctuation at the end of the quotation marks. This is a question, so let's put in a question mark. Charlie, would you bring in the groceries? Remember, the punctuation should be inside the quotation marks. And then let's put ending punctuation at the end of the whole sentence. We put a period at the end. And now let's look for any other mistakes. Well, we're speaking directly to Charlie, so we need to set that off with a comma. Anytime you're speaking directly to a person and you say their name, you set it off with a comma. Mom is being used as a proper noun here, so we're going to capitalize mom. And let's count our mistakes. We should have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. Okay, number 2, let's follow our steps. Capitalize the first word. Underline explanatory words. Put a comma after the explanatory words. So the whole sentence says, Mom asked Charlie, would you bring in the groceries? So we had explanatory words at the beginning. Let's put in our quotation marks. Let's capitalize the first word of the quotation. Let's put a question mark at the end because it's a question. All right, now let's see if there are any other mistakes. We're speaking directly to Charlie here. Mom asked, Charlie, would you bring in the groceries? So we need to put a comma in right there. And it looks like we have everything. Let's count our mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you can see, it's really just the same sentence as number 1, but they flipped where the explanatory words are. Okay, number 3. I can't go to the movie tonight, Jenny said. I can't go to the movie tonight, Jenny, said Amber. We have explanatory words at the end this time. Okay, let's capitalize the first word. Let's underline our explanatory words, said Amber. Let's put in our quotation marks. Oh, I put this in the wrong spot. Sorry. I can't go to the movie tonight, Jenny. So I need my comma or my quotation marks after Jenny. Let's put in our ending mark at the end of the sentence, and let's put in our ending mark at the end of the quotation. I can't go to the movie tonight, Jenny. This is a statement. So remember, we can't put a period in here because it's not the end of the whole sentence. If you remember from our previous lesson, if it's a statement and we have explanatory words at the end, we put in a comma. And the comma always goes inside the quotation marks. All right, now let's look for any other errors that we have. I can't, we need an apostrophe for can't go to the movie tonight, Jenny. Let's capitalize Jenny. We're also speaking directly to Jenny, so we need a comma before Jenny as well. I can't go to the movie tonight, Jenny, said Amber. We have to capitalize the A in Amber because it's a proper noun. Oh, that one had a lot of mistakes. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's go to the last sentence. Number 4, Amber said, I can't go to the movie tonight. Looks very familiar, but we have explanatory words at the beginning this time. All right, let's capitalize the first word. Let's underline explanatory words. Put in your quotation marks. Capitalize the first word of the quotation. Put in your ending punctuation. It's a statement, and we don't have explanatory words at the end, so we can just end the sentence with a period. Let's look for, oh, we need a comma after our explanatory words. Sorry, I forgot that before. And now let's look for any other errors that we have. I can't, apostrophe, go to the movie tonight. I think we have everything now. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have them all. All right, and that's the end of the classroom practice.